Morning, supers. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful. Was this? It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday morning here. We have so much news to get into, including a potentially good news on Evergrande. So let's just get right on into it. So, a key Evergrande deal to sell stake in unit put on hold, says sources. China Evergrande Group's deal to sell a 51% stake in its property services unit has been put on hold. Two people with knowledge of the matter said in a blow to the embattled developers' hopes of avoiding a potentially disruptive default. Evergrande's teetering on the brink of of collapse with more than $300 billion in debt, was in talks to sell the stake in Evergrande Property Services to smaller rival Hobson Development Holdings for around 2.6 billion dollars. Sources previously told Reuters. However, the deal was set to be the biggest asset sale for the company, has been on hold as it has yet to win the blessings of I'm not sure how to say it, government, which is overseeing Evergrande's restructuring. One of the people said on Tuesday, when contacted, a Hobson representative asked Reuters to await an announcement. Evergrande and the government did not immediately respond for request. Evergrande is scrambling to raise funds to pay its many lenders and suppliers amid concerns about a possible offshore default later this week, after it missed a series of interest payments due on its bonds. However, this other real estate agent company, Evergrande's flagship unit, has remitted funds to pay an offshore bond coupon of $19 million. Due on Tuesday. Four people with knowledge of the matter said. One of the people said Evergrande, China's number two developer, said needs to prioritize its limited funds towards the domestic market, where the stakes are much higher for the country's financial system. While it is not immediately clear why the government has not approved Evergrande's property services transaction, some of Evergrande's offshore creditors had also opposed the deal. Another source said the announcement of the deal will be delayed pending China's regulatory approval. The deal has already won Hong Kong Stock Exchange's special approval, he added. And Reuters reported last week that there was a company that pulled out, a property company pulled out of a proposed $1.7 billion deal. And a source said the company had also received guidance from the municipal government of the southern city of that place to put the purchase on hold at the end of August. So yeah, that's actually so good news to come out of this, right? They made one $19 million payment. Hooray. Great. That's look, you gotta start somewhere, right? When the problem is so big, it seems unsurmountable. You just got to start, right? No matter if it's in your business, we have problems every day that seem so like such a giant boulder, a weight on our backs, things that we don't like to do, so we put them off. We hold off on doing them, and sometimes look, I've been there where companies owe us a whole lot of money, and we're like, well, can we get something, right? And sometimes something is better than nothing, as long as the something isn't kind of like almost insulting. It's like, oh, you owe us $100,000 and you send me a check for $300. Like, hey, $300 is something, but you owe us $100,000. Like, can we get 3,000, 5,000, 10,000? Something closer than a couple $100 at once. So been there, and it's tough because sometimes it's hard to see the tree through the forest kind of thing, right? Or forest through forest through the trees, and see that. Look, everybody's dealing with their own issues, their own business issues, and there's a whole other personal aspect to this. that people are need to work through. And look, good on them for being able to at least make good on one, at least like on one round of small. 19 million is very small compared to 300 billion, but it's something, right? So like let's take the wins where we can get them, right? Evergrande, take the wins where we can get them, and get it back to where we need to be. Walmart announces 2021 Black Friday shopping plans. Here's what you need to know. Speaking before I get into this, though, looking at my Facebook feed this morning, there are a lot of people saying, even my wife went to Target last night, and she's like, there was a lot of empty shelves everywhere. I think even in the other stores. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Even in other stores like Rite Aid, where they just are literally covering the shelves with like vinyl banners, talking about Rite Aid and how great Rite Aid is and all the stuff that they offer. So let's see what Walmart's got in store. Walmart announces 2021 Black Friday shopping plans. It's incentivizing shoppers to sign up for its membership service, Walmart Plus. Well, shock surprise, by giving them a chance to nab online holiday discounts before others. The nation's largest retailer announced Monday that it's bringing back its Black Friday Deals for Days events throughout the entire month of November, which will begin online at walmart.com and continue to stores. Like last year, the company is spreading out its Black Friday deals across 3 separate events throughout the month in order to provide a safer environment for shoppers amid the pandemic. However, active Walmart Plus members will have early access to its online events. According to Walmart, those members will also be able to access online deals 4 hours earlier than the scheduled start times of those events. For instance, the first event will kick off on Walmart.com Wednesday, November 3rd, and continue in stores on November 5th. The online deals will kick off at 7 p.m. Eastern, but Walmart Plus members will get it as early as 3 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Likewise, the second event is November 10th and continue in stores beginning November 12th. The final event will kick off on Black Friday. The move may persuade more customers to join the membership service, which gives members same-day delivery on 160,000 items, a fuel discount at certain gas stations, and a chance to check out at Walmart stores without waiting at a register. The service launched in 2020 and costs $98 per year or $12.95 a month. It's seen as a competitor to Amazon Prime, which launched in 2005 and has tens of millions of members worldwide who pay $119 a year or $12.99 a month for faster shipping, discounts at Amazon's Whole Foods supermarkets, and access to its video streaming site. You also get audio music for that, and I think there's some other things. But no, I think it's very interesting to see that there is people, people are willing to understand the sale. Because I think it's an education problem, right? Like when you say like, oh, how many years like we drill it into people's heads, Black Friday, Black Friday, Black Friday. And it's like, okay, so now we're doing like Black Friday month, and it's a thing. And having like deals of the day or a couple, so many deals of the day is one thing. But when trying to educate people to be like, hey, this is when the sale starts. This is when it starts for you or online. And this is when it'll start for you. If you're like, it kind of starts to get a little convoluted and requires a whole lot of education process for people to make sure, to make sure people actually show up for these things. So, I'm a little, I don't want to say concerned, but I tend to think that, people might not be paying close enough attention to take advantage of those deals. I guess, like I said, as long as they're doing their part to educate, well, it's not like Walmart doesn't have the money to educate, but on your part as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, getting as many, opportunities in front of your customers is so important. And that's why, if you're not cultivating your own email list, which is already going to be flooded with tons of other emails from the likes of Walmart and Amazon and everybody else, then I suggest you step up your email game and get people, get your, right now we're down to like 2 weeks. So get your game plan together for what your holiday sales look like, and what you're going to do to capitalize on that. It's a big opportunity out there for the small guy because of the fact that the big guys might not be able to supply the things that they're known to supply. And you have an opportunity to supply something that's different. It's your Etsy shop. It's your, handmade goods, or it's whatever it is that you offer. This might be the perfect opportunity to offer it. Going on the backs of that, now, last week we talked about Best Buy basically holding PlayStation 5s hostage, as well as other hard-to-get items hostage. So Sony has responded by letting people register to buy a PlayStation 5 directly in November. So you don't necessarily have to go and spend $200 to be a part of Best Buy's Total Tech program. It was Total Tank program. And yeah, so a limited amount of PS5 consoles will be available in the US to US-based customers. Registering puts you in the running to receive an invite to order directly from Sony, with selection based on previous interests and PlayStation activity. So basically, Sony knows who their loyal customers are in the past, and if you want to get a hold of a PS5, then registering as with your PlayStation account would be a great way of doing it, because they look to see like, hey, who are the people that are actually using the thing? We want to make sure it's getting to them and not going to scalpers, so that they can, technically Best Buy is scalping them by holding them hostage for $200. So it's an opportunity for people to jump in and get it. So each invitation will be open for a limited time, allowing you to purchase the following products: one PS5 console or one PS5 digital edition, 2 DualSense wireless controllers, bundles Cosmic Red or Midnight Black, 3 DualSense wireless controllers in white, 1 PS5 media remote, and 1 Pulse 3D headset. I'm not even sure what the Pulse is. That what the name of their VR headset is? I don't think that's what that is, but I'm not sure. I have been in the PlayStation realm for a while. Anyway, yeah, I think it's an opportunity for you too. If you have, you're having supply constraints, maybe look at creating a secret list or something like that. That's like, hey, you get on the secret list, doesn't cost anything, and when I have product, you'll be the first to know about it. It'll hit your inbox, and you'll be the ones that can get access to it. It creates a better relationship between you and the customer base, and it's just another opportunity to market. Speaking of marketing, Apple listened to its most loyal customers and fixed its laptop problems from the last 5 years. I'm going to ding the bell for this one, because Apple announced yesterday they have brand new MacBook Pros, a 14-inch and a 16-inch. I'm a big MacBook fan. I don't really use Mac desktops, but I use Windows desktops. MacBooks are way better than Windows laptops in most cases. And they have fixed all of the problems that people have complained about since they made big changes back in 2016. So they included upgrading their camera, the display. They brought the MagSafe charger back for laptops. There's no touch bar anymore at the top where the function row keys are, so they put those keys back. They also brought ports back, so HDMI and USB are right there on the laptop, so you can have like a USB dongle plug, like a wireless mouse dongle plugged in or something to that effect. Very, 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 very happy about that. You still get two USB-C ports, actually 3 USB-C ports. And yeah, you get your HDMI, an SD card slot. I think you get a USB-A. I think there's a USB-A. Oh, maybe there's not a USB-A. Is that? There isn't a USB-A? Oh man. Okay, maybe I take back about what it said, what they said about it. Actually, I want to check this right now while we're here doing this, right? So we're going to go Mac. We're going to learn more. Yeah, I guess there isn't a USB-A. I could have swore I thought I said a USB-A. So you're getting an HDMI port and a SD card slot, which is great. But I still would have liked to see a USB-A, at least just one, so that you could plug in like a Logitech mouse or something to that effect. But very cool. I think, the big thing here is Apple finally listened to its customers, got back to, making a pro device for pros specifically that checks all the boxes. Good job, Apple. They're probably going to be rewarded with tons of sales. Hopefully they can keep up with the silicon chip shortage, though they've done pretty well with the iPhones and the iPads and everything. Even the new M1 MacBook Airs that came out earlier this year, which I have one sitting right off camera here. So, yeah, good job, Apple. Keep up the great work. Keep listening to customers, and maybe I will pick a 14-inch up myself. I'm looking forward to that. If you want to see me review that, feel free to drop a comment down below telling me to do so. I would love to have people want me to review it, as I've been a MacBook user since 2006. Let's see. Oh, what is... Amazon's Small Business Shield. Amazon is touting the success of small sellers on its platform through the pandemic and warning that antitrust legislation could jeopardize that success and blow up its open marketplace model. Why it matters. As online shopping became a lifeline for small businesses, or for both businesses and consumers during the illness, Amazon reaped benefits, but also saw its regulatory risk grow, driving the news in a new report Tuesday ahead of the company's annual seller conference. Amazon said that more than 200,000 new sellers joined its U.S. store in 2020, a 45% increase over the previous year. U.S. sellers averaged $200,000 in sales, up from about $170,000 in sales the year before. The number of sellers who topped $1 million increased by 15%. Nebraska, South Dakota, and Iowa were among the top 10 states with the fastest growing sales. That's a sign that sellers in more rural areas are turning to the online marketplace during the pandemic. And Amazon's vice president of worldwide customer trust, blah, 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 told them. So what they're saying. So sellers, in spite of all the challenges that the illness has brought, have really thrived in our store and continue to grow super fast, and actually faster than Amazon's own retail business. The other side, as commerce moved from brick and mortar stores to online marketplaces, both Amazon and merchants who sell on the platform have benefited, but sellers operate at a disadvantage. Founder and CEO of Amify, Ethan McAfee, a company that helps brands sell on Amazon. To say selling on Amazon Marketplace against Amazon is even remotely fair is a joke. Sellers on Amazon have seen the rules swiftly change, have had their accounts shut down without warning, and have seen Amazon copy their products. Stacy Mitchell said, a co-executive director of the anti-monopoly think tank, the Institute of Local Self-Reliance. Amazon has taken small businesses hostage, and now it's threatening to shoot them, says Mitchell. What happens with independent businesses is, if they want to reach the online market, they will have little choice to sell, but to sell on Amazon. They don't have options. So I mean, I'll link the article down below, but there is it's tough, right? Because as Amazon has grown, there's been plenty of people that do the Fulfilled by Amazon FBA. In fact, you might have watched an ad to become a Amazon FBA person, seller. like right before you watch this video. And so the market on it has absolutely grown. Obviously, the amount that people are buying from Amazon has grown, and in turn, the amount that those businesses are taking in revenue-wise has grown. Now I see both sides of this, right? Like if Amazon doesn't create the marketplace for it, somebody else will. Now, with that said, you can sell. I believe you could sell in the Best Buy marketplace. You could sell in the Walmart marketplace. But we, as a collective, everybody have basically assigned Amazon as the de facto everything for everything that we need, A through Z, right? And that so it's a very delicate balance there of making sure that Amazon's playing fair. There's been plenty of examples where Amazon, in fact, there was a maker of a camera bag that made fun of Amazon for basically ripping them off and then trying to sell the bag for a fraction of what the original company that pioneered that style bag with that style uh, inner workings and stuff that make the bag so special. So instead of it being like an $80 bag, which is, admittedly kind of expensive, they were like, oh yeah, we can make that bag and we can sell for like $30. And it's like, oh, wow. Okay. Well, they probably can't. They spent the research and development to get the bag to where it is. They took the risk. They got the manufacturers. They went through all all these hurdles that they had to jump through to make it work. And then Amazon comes around, it's like, oh yeah, we could totally just make that and sell it for a third of the price. So Amazon has to be kept in check. Meanwhile, it is important that people are able to still be able to sell through there. So there's no real winners in this situation. I wouldn't even say that the consumer is the real winner, because the consumer could potentially just go somewhere else as well. But they probably aren't. So I don't think anybody's really winning at the end of the day. Amazon, maybe, but Amazon might end up not getting its way at the end of the day and forced into more into regulation, so that they can't just, oh, cool, you came up with this awesome LTT store water bottle, and now we're gonna rip it off. Not good. Again, that article is going to be linked down below. Shaken by vandalism, Portland business owners pick up the pieces. The incidents downtown and in the Old Port came about a month after vandals shattered windows of businesses in the Monument Square. So this article is a bit long, but what it highlights is that in Portland, they are not apparently equipped to properly deal with people that are damaging businesses, vandaling businesses, burgling. I can never say that word. Burgling businesses. And to top it all off, those business owners are struggling even more so because the supplies to fix said problems are in the supply chain issues that are already in existence, and we're just they're just trying to keep things moving with their own problems, and then they have to deal with this. Now, one story that I did want to point out from this article, and again, I'll link it below so you can check it out. But one of the owners was like, we want to, she's really adamant about getting the person help who decided that they were just going to throw like bricks or rocks or something that effect, cobblestone through a window, through their window. And the other problem is they're saying that the insurance company is only going to be willing to pay a third of the cost of getting it fixed. And it's like, well, that's not great either. Insurance companies get paid an awful lot of money, and to only, to have a incident like this happen, the person to be caught, on video and caught and held out on bail, for an insurance company to say, well, we'll pay like a third of the cost. Like right now, with all materials being through the roof. Some materials more than others, but that is really disheartening for those business owners who are making their livelihoods here through this, and somebody decides, and the person in this case, I think it was like 50 years old. So after an investigation, Michael Hale, 50, of Portland, was identified as the suspect and issued a summons for 2 counts of aggravated criminal mischief. Police said Singer didn't respond to an email Monday night asking where and when Hale was apprehended. In a separate incident on Saturday morning, officers were called to investigate a report of burglary. I cannot say that word for the life of me. At 49 Wharf Street, officers found broken windows, extensive damage, and received reports of items that were missing. They said investigators did not believe the Wharf Street incidents were related to what happened on Congress Street. So, it's just, it breaks my heart. And I just wanted to bring this, story out, highlight the story, because I feel like there's, I really feel for the business owners, that are dealing with these types of issues, and anywhere, not just in Portland, but have dealt with these kinds of issues, especially small business owners in the last 2 years, already dealing with the illness and just everything, all of the things. So my heart goes out to them, and if any of them actually see this video, feel free to reach out in the comments below. I'd love to get into contact with you and maybe do an interview with you here on the Super Joe Pardo Show. Finally today, is it time to offer all employees same-day pay? So this article is from May 13th of 2020. But the reason I wanted to bring it up was because I've actually seen signs like this one where it says, "Now hiring, work today, get paid tomorrow." And I actually have seen one that says "Work today, get paid today," and it was at like a McDonald's, I believe it was. I was actually there. Like I saw the sign. So getting paid after every workday could help ease financial strain brought on during the illness, and benefit provider Daily Pay is advocating that more employers implement this practice. The same day benefit provider conducted a survey of its users to determine how their platform is affecting workers during the illness. More than 90% of those surveyed said access to same-day pay has reduced their financial stress over the past 3 months. This is an unexpected crisis where people are running into financial challenges they didn't plan to have. Employers may not have been able to pay more, but if they want to be competitive, they need to differentiate themselves by offering same-day pay. So you can I'll link the article below, but I've done plenty of videos in the last couple of weeks here explaining differentiating the benefits that you bring to the table, like how you could do you can write off $5,200 worth of education benefit that you can give to your employees, and things like that. So whatever you can do to create that differentiator, because you might not be able to compete with Amazon's paying $25 an hour to work in the warehouse. Like, cool, but how do you compete with that when you don't have those margins or the amount of money for Amazon to just sink into it and not be worried about making it? Paying today, same day pay or get paid tomorrow is something that you could look at, because people need the money today. It's hard to okay, I'm going to work today and tomorrow and then a week, and then I got to wait the second week to get a check or something to that effect. Enabling it would absolutely be a differentiator for you and your business. There is so one quick question I did want to answer though, is is there was a lot of so is the same day pay work, or how does it work, and is it a loan? There's a lot of confusion about about that when we first launched in 2015. But no, we're not a loan. Our founder came from Goldman Sachs, and many of our first employees were from the financial industry. They felt it was important not to introduce risk to the employers, so they created a credit asset. Daily Pay uses this credit to front employees' money before payday, and we're repaid by the employer on the actual payday. Employers can offer our services through our partnerships, through systems like ADP and Kronos. Using our platform, employees can track how much money they've earned and how they can decide how much early access they want. We charge employees $2.99 to access their wages early the same day, and $1.99 for the next day. But to help employees with the challenges of the illness, we've decided to waive our next day fee. So yeah, so that's awesome. So again, this is old. I don't know if they're still offering that, and obviously this is not sponsored or anything like that. It's just an opportunity for you to figure out something that is a difference maker for you and your employees. Speaking of a difference maker, this has been a difference maker, the EntrepreNEWS. I appreciate you watching. We have more and more views coming through day in and day out. I absolutely appreciate it. People have been watching the clips from this live stream, which have been absolutely awesome. And the channel is growing phenomenally. There's another word I can't say. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, as well as in one of these videos over here.